Let's take a closer look at the buttons of the Cinelive C1. Starting at the top left, we find a lock button that can be used to lock all the other buttons on the device so you don't accidentally switch settings or turn off your live stream. A dedicated mute button, which mutes the program. The logo button, which enables or disables a bug, or as the button says, a custom logo. The audio button brings up the audio mixer, which can be navigated using the control knob on the right side of the device, as well as the 5-way rocker, or how gamers call it, the joystick, on the left side of the device. The effect button brings up a list with all the transition effects you can apply to your transition cuts. The screen button brings up a list with 6 predefined layouts for your video layers. The A and B button allows to enable or disable the layer or select which layer you want to send your input to. The Chroma and Luma key buttons enable or disable the Chroma and Luma key effect, which you will use when, for example, working with green screen video. The record button starts and stops the recording of the program as long as there is an external storage device connected to the Cinelive C1. The stream button will start and stop the live streaming of the Cinelive C1 to both of the configured live streaming destinations. The cam and pause buttons are reserved for the PTZ controls. The cam button allows to select the camera to control using the 5-way rocker, and the pause button allows for fast recalls of the set positions. Yep, the Cinelive C1 is capable of controlling PTZ cameras over a network. At the bottom, we get 4 dedicated program and preview buttons for input 1 to 4. This is a welcome change to many other compact live mixers that only include one set of these buttons. Next to the program and preview keys, there is a still button which will freeze the current frame on your program. The pattern button just below will bring the pattern to preview. While it is called a pattern, as in TV test pattern, this feature probably will be used by most to use it for displaying graphics or having a background image on certain scenes. Of course, we also find a cut and auto button which allow to cut from preview to program, either with a regular hard cut or with a selected auto transition. Speaking of transitions, not only can you use the hard cuts and auto transitions, the Cinelive C1 also features a T-bar to manually transition, which is something I have not yet seen on any live mixer in this form factor and especially this price range. I do appreciate the presence of a T-bar a fair bit. And the 2 last buttons on the device are the fade to black button, which, well, fades your program to black, as well as the menu button, which is used in combination with the control knob just below the navigation and menu button to control the Cinelive C1's menu. And speaking of the menu of the Cinelive C1, almost all settings of the device can be directly edited on the device without the need for any additional computer or software, which honestly shouldn't be the exception but the norm, but here we are. In this video, we are not going through all the menus the device offers, but let me tell you, everything you would want to edit during a live production is there and can be accessed from the device itself. However, there are some settings like setting up the live RTMP destinations that require an additional device. But here comes the best thing about it. You don't need to install any software. The device is hosting a web interface by itself, which can be accessed by any computer, smartphone, tablet, you name it, as long as it's in the same network, which is just amazing. Speaking of the web interface, the Cinelive C1's web interface not only allows for changing of those settings, the web interface gives you full remote control of the device. All the physical buttons of the device are available in the web interface, including the T-bar. In addition of controlling the device's button, the web interface also allows you to configure transitions, set up custom scenes by dragging the 2 layers in position, creating masks either by using predefined shapes or by creating custom rectangular masks, setting up Chroma and Luma keys, set the RTMP stream destination, upload graphics for the pattern and logo features to be used, fully control the audio mixer, as well as some basic device settings like upgrading the firmware, setting the system language, setting the system time, or setting up the network settings of the device.